What's up guys, welcome to FPL Today and welcome to a video about Fanteam's second chance season game. If you want to save your season in fantasy football, this is the game for you. Some really exciting news over on Fanteam as they have launched their second chance Fantasy Premier League season game. This game starts on January the 14th on GW22 and is free to play with £1,000 prize pool, with first place getting £20,000. Make sure to check out the top link in the description down below. Sign up for Fanteam, it helps support the channel and also gets you involved in a free-to-play game that can win you cash prizes. Hopefully I'll see you over on Fanteam, and let's get back to the video. So guys, top link in the description will take you to Fanteam, where you can sign up for free for this second chance season game with £100,000 on the line. And we're going to go over my team selection for it, and the deadline is this Friday. So make sure to get your teams in. Who knows, you could be winning some money for the summer. So we're going to start off in goal, and we have Saar, who has been absolutely outstanding as Wolves keeper, primarily because he has been so effective in goal, saving a lot of big chances, but also Wolves just haven't been conceding that much. And to be honest, I didn't want to double up too much on teams like Arsenal with Ramsdale, because I had plans for Arsenal in defence anyway. So we've gone with Saar, which means we don't have a double up anywhere. Now I know that strategy works for some people, but for me, it just feels like as soon as that first goal goes in against a double up in defence, it's just a little bit gut-wrenching. In defence, we do have Robertson currently, although the plan would be to move to Trent at some point in this game as we move on from game week 22. But of course, Trent, it looks like he's potentially got COVID, so we're going with Robertson instead at 7.2 million. And he has actually been very impressive recently. He did, of course, have that red card, which means his minutes are limited in the last 6 game weeks. But he does have 1 assist and 1 goal to his name, with 3 shots on goal, 2 on target, 3 from inside the box, and 1 big chance, with expected goals at 0.71. Expected assists, 1 big chance created, with 0.80. So we know how good Robertson can be in spurts in the fantasy football genre. So Robertson comes in. We may, of course, go to Trent as soon as he is back. And yes, that's booking in transfers, which isn't something I particularly like to do, but we have to play with the hand that we're dealt. And then we've also got Tierney and Cancelo. Now, Cancelo is a player that, of course, could get a goal or an assist in any game for Man City. And when he does and they get a clean sheet, that's a big point haul for you. I do like Cancelo. And also with Cancelo and Robertson being the most expensive options in the defence, outside, of course, Trent, Fanteam does have a safety net because, of course, in this game, you only actually get 11 players. You don't get a bench. So what happens is if your player doesn't start, it goes down to the next viable option in pricing in that side. So, for example, if Cancelo is out, but, for example, Ruben Dias or Laporte does play, I will be getting one of those two in for Cancelo, so we can go for the big hitters inside with the safety net of knowing that we'll get a replacement for them if they don't start. That opens up some big options in this game compared to FPL, where you want guaranteed starters. Cancelo actually has better expected assists than Robertson, but has lower expected goals. And then in the middle is Tierney, who has 0.66 expected goals, which is between Cancelo and Robertson. Expected assists is lower at 0.23, but he does have 2 assists to his name and 1 goal. And I think Arsenal are starting to improve a lot as a side, so I'm happy to get on the Arsenal bandwagon. In midfield, we do go with Raheem Sterling, which is not a player I generally go for in FPL. But in Fanteam, I will go for him because we have that safety net. Now, that means, for example, if Sterling is dropped to the bench, the type of players that are available to me are Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez. Yes, Riyad Mahrez is off at AFCON, but he is available to me. Jack Grealish, Ilkay Gundogan, Bernardo Silva. The only one I can't have is Kevin De Bruyne because he is more expensive than Sterling. So I'm happy to take a punt on Sterling, and Sterling is a placeholder for Mohamed Salah when he comes back from the African Cup of Nations. We also go to Moura in midfield as well. We would have liked to go with Son, but of course Son isn't available. So Mora is the one we're bringing in as a bit of a punt for game week 22 with the 2 fixtures. Jota is coming in as the Liverpool coverage in attack. We are not going with another Liverpool cover, so we are going Jota singly. And with Brentford in the next fixture at home, we do hope for a lot from Jota. And then Martinelli is in the midfield. Now, I'm a bit torn because for me it just feels like I'm covering the top teams a little bit too much. There's not really many differentials, but maybe it's a case of just picking the best options that are currently available to me. But I would have liked a bit more variety than Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal. As you can see, there's no Chelsea cover. Reece James was always my preferred option into the defence, and I just don't really know what's going on with their attack at the moment. So we are looking at Chelsea players, and when we think there's a good viable option out there, we will look towards that. But Martinelli does come in at 5.8 million. It means we have money in the bank for the Salah transfer when we need it. And unfortunately, with Martinelli, it doesn't mean we have the likes of Smith Rowe, Odegaard and Saka as backup options. But as soon as Salah is back, we'll then look to pick someone other than Martinelli or just upgrade the Arsenal player in that slot to someone with a safety net. Because right now, if Martinelli doesn't play, we get Lokonga, we get Xhaka. So I'm not too fond of Martinelli in there right now. That could very well change before the deadline, which is this Friday the 14th. As for underlying stats, the reason I've gone with Sterling is in the last 6 game weeks, 3.48 expected goals, 4 goals scored with 1.40 expected assists. He is the midfielder with the best underlying stats out of my 4. Jota, of course, 2 goals and 1 assist with expected goals at 2.28. Martinelli with expected goals at 2.46 with 3 goals. And Lucas Moura is the one at the end of the pack, 1.35 expected goals with 1 goal scored, but he has got 2 assists. Hopefully all of these can be big hitters for me at the start of this second chance game. And then we move up front and we have gone with Harry Kane in the absence of Son, and with this double game week for Spurs, we've gone and taken a punt on Kane. The fixtures aren't amazing. Arsenal, I think, could possibly do something against Spurs, and so could Leicester if they turn up. But we've gone with a big hitter in Kane, just because I didn't really know where else to go up front. We could, of course, downgrade to Lacazette, which would allow us to then get someone else other than Martinelli in midfield. But I'm just taking a hunch on Kane improving his performances under Conte. And then we've got Dennis up front. He also has a double game week. Newcastle is one of those fixtures, which is fantastic, and the other is Burnley. So we've gone with him. There's a chance I'll take a punt and captain him at the start of this game just to see what happens. Then we've got Edouard, who has been pretty damn impressive for Crystal Palace and has Brighton Hove Albion in that derby. Kane, of course, has scored 3 goals recently in the last 6 game weeks with expected goals of 3.18. However, Edouard has 3.39 expected goals with 2 goals scored. Also with 4 assists at 0.77 expected assists. He's outperforming his numbers, but he has looked very impressive ever since joining the Premier League. Then Dennis, only 2 goals and no assists to his name with expected goals at 0.98. But Dennis is a very budget-friendly option and has that very tasty double game week. So guys, that is it. That is my Fanteam team selection for their second chance game. Tell me what you think of this side in the comments down below, and also make sure to go and enter yourself, because who knows, you could walk away with some cash money from Fanteam. Thank you Fanteam for being involved with this channel. They have been a long time supporter of the channel, so much love to them. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Your support has been amazing over the Christmas period, so let's continue for the rest of this season. I am now going to go and have myself a hot bath because I played football on Sunday and I am still stiff as a board Tuesday morning because I just haven't played football for that long and I'm in some serious pain with some of my muscles right now. But I have to get a video out for you guys. We'll have another FPL team selection video after all the fixtures for game week 21 and we'll try and sort out the mess that is our side. I've been J&O, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.